Google Ads can be amazing for B2B companies to drive revenue and pipeline, but you need to make sure you're not making these 4 huge mistakes that so many companies do, and hundreds of accounts with hundreds of millions of dollars in spend. And these are the 4 that always come up. 4 of the most common B2B Google Ads mistakes I see this across tons of accounts with hundreds of millions of dollars in spend. Versus you're forcing it. You're spending too much there. You're trying to scale the unscalable. Unfortunately, Google Ads does not have B2B firmographic targeting. If all your best customers have a certain revenue or employee size or even industry that they work in, unfortunately, they just don't search like that. People don't search CRM software for VPs of marketing at companies with 100 plus employees. It's just not how it works. You also can't just create more searches. It's all dependent on what people are actually searching on Google. So you can't just magically create more demand or people searching for the keywords that you want to target. And there's a lot of companies end up spending too much in Google Ads just because that's what's working, not understanding that you cannot scale things like that, especially with Google Ads, because there is a limited amount of searches and because they don't have firmographic targeting. In those cases, what you need to do is actually find other avenues where you can scale or somewhere where you can actually drive more traffic to the demand as well. The second biggest mistake is using broad match keywords. Broad match keywords are going to get you in big trouble because let's say you do CRM software. The amount of searches that are going to show up for that are not even related to anything that you want to target, especially in B2B, is crazy. And you do not want to get stuck in that because you're going to just see a lot of traffic, a lot of unqualified people coming from that, and you're going to waste a lot of dollars doing that. For most B2B orgs to narrow in on their keywords and stick to phrase and exact, outside of some very unique cases with broad match. The third biggest mistake we see is not tracking or not tracking the right things. Google's AI is really good at getting the things that you tell it to get. If you tell it to get more conversions, which just might be just a form fill on your website, it'll optimize everything towards that. The biggest problem is a lot of companies either aren't tracking, so you're just telling Google to get as many clicks for certain keywords, and that's not the end goal. The end goal, it really is revenue and pipeline for B2B, so the clicks don't really matter. So do not tell Google to go get more clicks. It's not a good idea. Tell it to get a conversion that really doesn't lead to revenue and pipeline. I see a lot of companies that say like time and page is a conversion, or people actually just going to this page. That doesn't matter. What you really want to do is revenue and pipeline. So you need to use offline conversion tracking, OCT, which will import actions in your CRM, terms that go to SQL, search terms that go to revenue, pipeline, port that back into Google so you can tell Google to go get more people that result in revenue and pipeline for your business. The fourth biggest mistake we see BB companies making with Google Ads is spending too much on just ads and not enough on the landing pages, creative and copywriting. It's a big note of it. It's crazy how many companies we see spending $100,000 a month, but they're just driving them to a blog post on their website, or they're not even investing any money into creative or copywriting, or it's very boring. It doesn't really tell a story, or it's just very bland. At the end of the day, the targeting is a commodity. You can dial that in, but what really matters is the post-click, the things that are actually going to get people to click on it and convert. They could be surprised if you just spent 20% less on ads, that's that in creative copywriting landing pages, you see a much better return despite spending less on ads. And those are the 4 most common Google Ads mistakes we see for B2B. Just fix them, you'll see a lot better results in your campaign.